that the continent has now defined
In the news, ex-head of Brazil Olympic Committee sentenced to 30 years in jail. One more Baptist student regains freedom after 150 days in captivity. Uganda to give up Entebbe International Airport over Chinese credit. Data shortly. This is TOS Television, your digital-first Pan-African news network. I am Merciful Ajinomo, and you are watching TOS News 360. A former head of Brazil's Olympic Committee has been sentenced to 30 years and 11 months in prison for allegedly buying votes in a successful bid for Rio de Janeiro to host the 2016 Olympics. The ruling by Judge Marcelo Bretas against Carlos Arthur Nuzman, who headed the committee for 20 years, was made public on Thursday. Nuzman was found guilty of corruption, criminal organization, money laundering, and tax evasion. The United States Attorney's Office for the Middle District of Pennsylvania announced that Jabin Gotspow Paco, age 36, was sentenced on November 23, 2021 to 87 months imprisonment by U.S. District Court Chief Judge Matthew W. Brown for conspiring to launder approximately $1.89 million in mail and wire fraud proceeds. Police in Siberia on Friday arrested 2 state safety inspectors suspected of criminal negligence leading to loss of life as Russia's coal mining heartland mourned one of its worst disasters since Soviet times. A gas leak in a coal mine in the Kemerovo region killed 52 people on Thursday. The Emergencies Ministry confirmed on Friday, including 6 rescuers who were sent down to try to bring out dozens of men stuck deep underground. After over 150 days in captivity, bandits released one of the remaining 4 Bethel Baptist High School students in Kaduna. According to the President Baptist Conference, who is also the proprietor of the school, Reverend Ishaya Jangado, the students, numbering 121, were kidnapped by bandits in the early hours of July 5, 2021 at the school premises along the Kaduna-Kachia Highway, Damashi, in the Chikun local government area of the state. And now to Ondo State, where the House of Assembly on Thursday, during plenary session, suspended the chairman of the federal local government area of Ondo State, Alex Oladimeji, for alleged misappropriation of funds after it received a report by the ad hoc committee on local government and chieftaincy affairs, which found him guilty of the offense. The chairman of the ad hoc committee and deputy speaker of the House, Samuel Aderoboye, while submitting a committee report to the assembly, noted that investigation by the committee during a visit to the local government disclosed that the funds given to the council were not appropriately used for the project it was meant for. This is your digital-first Pan-African news network, TOS Television, and you're watching TOS News 360. More national plus Africa, business and sports stories on return. Stay with us. Thanks for staying. Gunmen killed at least 10 persons in an attack in Tegbe community in Bassa local government area of Plateau State in the early hours of Friday, burning several houses belonging to the natives in the process. The attack was confirmed by a spokesman for the Miangos Youth Development Association, Nuhu Bitrus, on Friday in Jos. According to Bitrus, several others sustained injuries while the people who were shot dead by the gunmen had been evacuated to the mortuary. The government in Libya on Friday condemned an attack on court ahead of an appeal by the son of slain former ruler Muammar Gaddafi against the rejection of his presidential election candidacy. The December 24th polls come as Libya seeks to turn a page on a decade of violence that has rocked the oil-rich nation since a NATO-backed uprising that toppled and killed Gaddafi in 2011. And now to Uganda, where civil aviation authorities says some provisions in financing agreement with China expose Entebbe International Airport and other Ugandan assets to be attached and taken over by Chinese lenders upon arbitration in Beijing. Recall that on Tuesday, 17 November 2015, the Ugandan government signed an agreement with Export-Import Bank of China to borrow $207 million at 2% upon disbursement. The loan had a maturity period of 20 years, including a 7-year grace period. It has now emerged that the deal signed with the Chinese lenders virtually means Uganda surrendered its most prominent and only international airport. A new report by Standard Chartered and prepared by PwC Singapore has said Nigeria and 12 other countries will be in charge for driving global trade to $30 trillion by 2030. The report said global exports would more than double from $17.4 trillion to $29.7 trillion over the next decade, hinting that much of the growth will be driven by 13 markets. It said Nigeria will be growing at an annual rate of 9.7% and export about $112 billion by 2030, adding that its key corridors would be through India, Indonesia and mainland China. Talking sports, according to PSG sporting director Leonardo on Friday, Mauricio Pochettino has never asked to leave the club despite speculation linking the coach with Manchester United. The Brazilian also denied reports that PSG had approached former Real Madrid boss Zinedine Zidane, saying he had had no contact with the Frenchman. And that is TOS News 360 on your digital first Pan-African news network. For more updates, visit www.tostvnetwork.com. Follow and like our social media handles on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. And remember to subscribe on YouTube. Do stay with us and enjoy more programs on the network. I am Merciful Ajinomo. Many thanks for watching.